What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we have the weekly reset for the 19th of December in Destiny 2. And so we're going into week 2 of the Dawning event, and then as always we'll jump in and check out the main rewards and vendor inventories for the week. We've got new quests and unlocks for week 4 of the season, and then we should be getting a new exotic quest today that unlocks the Wishkeeper exotic bow. So that's exciting, plus we've got the Eververse refresh, probably stocked with a bunch of Dawning stuff, and we'll check out the other vendors in the game. So as always guys, plenty to cover in the video, and if this one's useful then be sure to get subscribed for more D2 content, but otherwise, let's get into it. And so first up, of course, we do get the new exotic mission this week, and that's to unlock the Wishkeeper, which is a strand bow. And if the exotic mission itself doesn't pop up on the director, or isn't triggered by a secret or something like that, then it probably will be connected to the quest steps for this week's season story. So I'll update the pinned comment down below once we know how to get access to the new exotic mission. And it'll be cool to see what the bow is all about. Plus it means a return to the Black Garden, which will certainly be interesting. And of course we should keep in mind that we'll be unlocking upgrades for this weapon over a number of weeks, so at least if previous crafting exotic quests are anything to go by, we'll probably be able to pick up one of the refits for the weapon each week, including one that allows Snare Weaver traps to suspend more targets, and to make the traps last longer. Plus it can get Hatchling and Vorpal Weapon as 2 different refits, so with those and the intrinsic upgrades for the weapon, it'll at least be something to jump in and unlock on a weekly basis, obviously if you enjoy the bow enough to invest that time. So should be a cool one, and I'll try and keep you guys updated on it. But also, we do have week 2 of the Dawning, so if you're still working on triumphs, getting unlocks, anything associated with that event, we've still got a couple of weeks remaining to do it. And of course, we will cover the Eververse store momentarily, but firstly, according to Destiny Bulletin, there was supposed to be some maintenance for the game today for update 7304, and they say that's been postponed. It's the first I've actually heard about the update. Some players did get warning messages that the server maintenance will begin, but for now, there hasn't been an update, and Bungie have also said in the past few days that their next update is planned for January, so shouldn't be a major issue. I would also assume it doesn't affect the rollout of things like the exotic mission, as Bungie haven't specifically said that it will. So considering there hasn't been any communication and the press release says that should drop today, then it shouldn't be an issue. And now, as we finally get into the game right here, let's take a look at the Eververse store for the week, and we will primarily focus on Bright Dust items. So, for the front page right here, initially, we've got the Turbulent Weather exotic emote. This one's available for 3,250 Bright Dust this week. And additionally, there's the Silverwing Kestrel, another Dawning ship right there, if you want to add it to collections, and that one's available for 2,000 Bright Dust. And then we get the Swede Entrance Transmat effect right here for 450 Bright Dust this week. On top of that though, for shaders, more Dawning stuff, and firstly, we have Sharkbite available on the front page. On top of that though, we've got the Noble Rhyme shader available as well, and both of these will cost 300 Bright Dust. But then over to the main Bright Dust page right here, firstly, we have the Sneaky Thief exotic emote available for 3,250 Bright Dust, a very festive one available this week. On top of that though, there is the Falling Flurries, a legendary emote available right here with a nice snow effect going on for 700 Bright Dust. And then there is the Signa Shell, which I believe is a brand new one for the Dawning this year. That one's 2,850 Bright Dust. And then we get the Filigree Rover, which I think might be another new one for this year's event. So let us know if you plan to pick up any of these. The ship is 2,000 Bright Dust. But then we've got the super cool Moto exotic Sparrow here. Yet another one new for this year, and this one is 2,500 Bright Dust with some snow flying out the back of it, so that's pretty nice. And then there is the Cheer Spreader ornament for the Risk Runner, and this one is 1,250 Bright Dust this week, so pretty nice one right there. You may have heard a random siren in the background, I do apologise, but cool to have that. And then we've got the Baking Projection, Ghost Projection here for 1,500 Bright Dust. And then for the second page of shaders, we've got Dawning Brilliance up first, available this week, but on top of that, there is also the Dawning Hope shader, so we'll have a quick look at that one too. And then we've got Sharkbite, which was on the front page, and Dawning Mirth, which was up last week, but all of them once again are 300 Bright Dust. And then there is the Transmat effects, so firstly, Shower of Gifts, these will be 450 Bright Dust. On top of that, there is the Howling Blizzard, available in the store this week. And very finally, we have the Snowy Entrance Transmat effect, if you fancy being a bit of a snowman. So that does it for the Eververse store this week, guys, and let us know if you plan to pick anything up. Heading over to Banshee though, on the second page here, featured for the moment, we've got the Lunar Latter 4B bow with Ensemble and Adrenaline Junkie. Then there is the Iota Draconis fusion rifle with Lead from Gold and High Impact Reserves. Also the Ostringer with Air Assault and Opening Shot. And then we've got the Disparity Pulse Rifle with Moving Target and Frenzy. And finally, the Bump in the Night which has got Demolitionist and Chain Reaction, so might be a bit of fun right there, but keep in mind the weapons and roles will change throughout the course of the week. Finally though, for those who care to visit Shader 1 down here in the annex, she has got the retrograde set of gear, some older D2 gear if you need to add it to collections, and then for featured shaders, we've got the Baguzian Knight available this week, which is a nice one from back in the Black Armory. These are 10,000 Glimmer. There's also the Kairos Black from back in the Curse of Osiris days, and finally the new Monarchy Regalia available at Ada this week, so let us know if you plan to pick up any of these. Next up though, the Nightfall this week will be Lake of Shadows, so let us know if that's one you're excited for. It'll also be interesting to see what the featured Nightfall weapon will be this week, but otherwise, we've got Operation Seraph Shield for the exotic mission rotator, so if you want to pick up any of the Season of the Seraph weapons or the Revision Zero exotic, those will still be available inside of that. And then for the featured raid, we've got Vault of Glass, so if you need to pick up Vex Mythoclast or any of the VOG legendary stuff, we've got until next week's reset. But on top of that, the featured dungeon this week is the Shattered Throne. And then very finally, for the Lost Sectors featured this week, on December 19th we'll see the Quarry dropping exotic helmets, but December 20th will be Aphelion's Rest dropping exotic legs, which is followed by Bay of Drowned Wishes on December 21st dropping exotic arms, and then the Chamber of Starlight on the 22nd of December dropping exotic chest pieces. But for December 23rd we'll see Perdition dropping exotic helmets, Bunkery 15 will be on the 24th dropping exotic legs, and finally we'll get Concealed Void on the 25th dropping exotic gauntlets. And for the rewards video today guys, that pretty much sums up what we've got to cover. So as always, I hope this one has been useful, and if it has, a rating below really helps us out. Also be sure to get subscribed to the channel so I can keep you up to date with more Destiny content. But otherwise, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.